Yo, what's up? It's your boy Zach,
What's up? It's Wandile.
and you're listening to the QuaranTEA. Wandile, Mavumbela.
Are we?
What's going on?
All
Talk to me.
good, bro. All good. It's
All-
life in
all good.
quarantine as usual.
Laugh in quarantine. Quarantine brings us to the fourth episode of the QuaranTEA. Finally, we are back. This particular episode took a few tries. We had a few
We're
technical
having
difficulties.
Couple issues, but we sorted it.
Nothing out of the
Hopefully.
ordinary. You know, being at a distance is obviously a bit difficult, but nevertheless, we push through the challenges. We overcome adversity.
We gotta
You know what
give
I'm
the
saying?
content to the people. So
That
this
is
what we
that
do.
is the motto. Yeah, we overcome adversity. We make a name for ourselves in the face of adversity. So that's what we're doing today in this podcast. So today we're going 2 for 2 with another guest. Wandile, can you
Oh
believe that, bro?
yes.
Can you believe two people wanted to be on this podcast? I cannot
It's
believe
actually
it.
amazing, but it shows that we're onto big things. Big.
Obviously, the content's obviously going up. I mean, I've been seeing some reviews. People have been saying, you know what, I'm enjoying the content. It's getting a bit better every episode. I think we still got a lot to learn, but we're getting there. You know, we're getting there.
But people need to hop on the bus before it leaves the station. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, big facts. Talking about that, hit us up with a review if you haven't done so already.
Exactly.
Give us a
5
nice little
stars.
review there.
5 stars,
No,
mate.
be honest. But give us 5 stars as well.
But honestly, it is 5 stars.
Honestly, give us 5 stars. Exactly. But sweet bro, 2 for 2. With a new guest.
Who's the guest today? Who is the special
So
guest?
today's guest is a young man who comes from far away. This man comes from Melkbosstrand. You ever heard of that place, Wandile?
Not a chance, bro.
I mean, we were there. We were there at the beginning of the year, but I still don't know where it is. I won't lie to you. Somewhere in the Western Cape. This man is from Melkbosstrand. Widely known by many as the funniest man in the room. Fountain of endless wisdom and knowledge. A Casanova with the ladies, I might add. And to sum it up, a professional troublemaker. Let's welcome our guest, second guest on the QuaranTEA, Remo Van der Berg.
Hey, Remo.
Thank you. Welcome to my podcast, everyone. I would like to thank you for this special opportunity.
Remo, you here, bro? Can you believe it? So good to have you.
Yes,
on
I'm
the show.
here. Oh, no, it's an absolute honor. I've been looking up to you guys for many years now.
No, that's good, bro. That's good. We're happy to have you. Flip. When we were thinking of our second guest, you know, you just came to mind. You know, I thought
One name came to mind.
one name was coming to mind. Remo
one
Van der
man.
Berg, man, all the way
that-
from Melkbosstrand.
That means so much, especially coming from the town where no one's actually heard of a podcast before. It's actually, it's such a privilege.
No, so tell me, what's life like in Melkbosstrand? Directly translated, the Melkbush Beach, I believe. Tell me, what is it like? Do you enjoy it there? What's the vibes there?
I'll tell you what, the Melkbos Beach is amazing. We recently got Wi-Fi about a week ago.
Okay,
Yeah, that's why
Same, Hillcrest.
we had technical difficulties
Yeah,
early on because I was so new in this village that I live in. But yeah, basically everyone dropped out of school by the age of 15. Everyone dropped out of school.
so you should be dropping out of school one of these days, then.
Yeah, no. One of these days I'm gonna be out making my own podcasts, surfing my life away.
This is your debut into the world of podcasting. We'll see how you go. Maybe you have potential to start your own one day. You know, big dreams.
Oh, that means a lot coming from you, Zach, because this is the biggest podcast I've ever been on.
Yeah. It's cool, bro. So tell me, quarantine
great to hear
Melkbos, what does Remo do? What is a day in the life of a quarantined Remo living in Melkbos?
Well, you know, many viewers don't know me, but I'm still in school.
Okay.
So,
Hard
so
to tell
I've been doing the okay
Yeah, carry on.
by my voice. I know I've got such a masculine voice. People have told me.
You don't
I
sound.
just spat water all over the place. me get a towel while you carry on.
Oh, you're saying about your masculine voice?
No. So my masculine voice gives it away. but I still go to online schooling. I've gone to the occasional online schooling class.
Oh, we can't laugh the whole time. We need to compose ourselves. Just give us a second to decompress here. Give us a second to decompress. Okay, so online schooling, you go to the occasional online class, which is not a surprise. A man like you doesn't need school. You already have all the wisdom that you need.
Exactly. I mean, and I'm no dropout within the next year. So this really isn't a necessity for me.
So it's not a mandatory
You know what
thing.
I'm saying?
It's not a mandatory thing for you to go through.
No, it's really not. And I hope my teachers know this. That
Shout out to Remo's teachers.
Yeah. Shout out to all the teachers at Melkbosstrand.
Wait, sorry, what's the name of your school? Sorry.
Melkbos what?
Melkbosstrand school.
Oh, it's Afrikaans. Wandile. That makes sense. Okay. Well,
Come on.
right.
Okay.
No, but that's cool, bro. It's good to know that you're really enjoying school. It's good to know that you want to see it out till the end. But tell me, now, obviously, with quarantine, are you going to school? Is school finished? Like, are you doing online classes? Are you going into school? Are you doing nothing? What's happening?
No. So, there are online classes available for people in my school. Like I said, I've been going to one or two of them.
Okay, it's better than nothing.
Nice.
Better than nothing.
I mean, now like a solid once a month, I'll go to a class. So I'm pretty regular there. They seem quite often.
But what are these online school classes like? I've seen a lot of memes about them lately popping up.
And all the memes are pretty accurate. Now that surfing's available in the Melkbos beach, sometimes I just put my camera.
What do you mean surfing is available? Surfing is definitely not allowed.
Still illegal, I'm pretty sure.
Well, so this. Hopefully, not too many people listen to this podcast, but no, the cops in Melkbos Beach don't really care if people go surfing.
All right.
So now that online surfing is alive, I just sort of go in, switch my video and my audio off, and I'll go for a surf. Come back an hour later. Usually, the class is done by the time I'm back.
Comes back to a blank screen.
Yeah, and I said my teachers think I'm so diligent because I always stay in at least a half an hour after the class is done,
taking notes of nothing. No, but that's the attitude. That's the attitude we need. We need more people like you in this country. I think that's what we need, bro. People diligent, hard workers.
That's what I was thinking.
That work smart and not hard.
Exactly. So there are too many people that are using their hands. Not many people using their brains.
That is wisdom right there, bro. That is facts. Too many people grinding where they shouldn't be grinding. Sometimes in life you have to weigh the pros and cons and see what's beneficial at that time. And I feel like you're an expert.
That's the way I look at life.
Exactly. You're quite the expert at that. So school's going well. Surfing is back, kind of. So that must keep you busy because you're quite the avid surfer.
Yeah, look, I go surfing as much as I can. Since level 3, it's been like 7 days, and I've gone solidly like 12 times for a surf.
That's a few times a day.
Yeah, so
just a few.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of online classes, so I had to get through those somehow.
What's your average surfing time? Do you go early in the morning? Do you go late at night? Tell me. Are you kidding? Is it safe to go late at night?
Well, I go twice a day. So usually my online class is from like 9 to 10. So I'll go from 9 to 10. and then I'll try to go later in the day from like, I don't know, 4 until sunset.
So this quarantine is the best thing for you, basically. You're living your best life.
Yeah. Exactly. And also I got sponsored by a surfer. I'm sponsored by Skirt SA. I'm not sure if you heard of them.
I did see that you're on their Instagram page.
Yeah, they're my first surf sponsor.
Oh, yes.
Shout out to Skirt SA. Go check out the Instagram page.
That's quite an achievement. I'm not gonna lie. That is a major achievement. Wow, well done, bro. You're really moving up in the world.
I heard that I was the first surfer to be sponsored by them.
I mean, I didn't
So,
see any
I was
other
quite
ones.
proud.
So that big things. The man's doing big things in the Milk Bush
Bush.
Beach. No, that's
Yeah, I'm the big come out of Melkbos Beach
MBB.
since Bushmilk. Yeah.
so Milk Bush Beach is quite enjoyable for you. You like it there. You don't have plans of moving anywhere.
No, I don't know. I know a few guys in Durban that are kind of cool. So maybe when I'm out of school, go move there for a bit and see how life goes.
Durban
Place to be.
Durban is a place. Yes, I can say that for sure.
It's a place.
It is a
What
place.
place is better than
Okay.
Durban, sadly.
Melkbos Beach? It's probably.
I don't know which one's better because Milk Bush Beach sounds nice. They just got Wi-Fi. You can go surfing. It sounds like the dream.
Yeah.
Exactly, and we got our first restaurant last month as well. I mean,
What is it? A McDonald's? They finally got a McDonald's.
nah, McDonald's, they haven't come to. Yeah, it's a
McDonald's. Oh, goodness gracious. So yeah, Milk Bush is really moving up in the ranks. So
Yeah.
Remo, tell me, how do you like Cape Town in general? How do you enjoy living in Cape Town? Because Milk Bush is pretty much kind of Cape Town.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of part of Cape Town. I actually love it here. You know, we got like stuff like surfing that you can do, and like I don't know, like surfing. That's a really cool sport.
That covers everything you need.
So yeah, we have
That's-
lots. So you know, surfing is like, you know, with all those activities, is quite a big thing in Cape Town. So I really love it here.
That's good, bro. It's good that you love it. I really like Cape Town. Cape Town has a special place in my heart.
I know.
And I'm sure.
You know, you're always welcome to come stay in the Milk Bush Beach.
Bro, that's
When
so nice of you. I will be coming to the Milk Bush Beach one of these
After
days.
lockdown.
After lockdown, we will be there. I promise you that.
I know, and also we got our Todd Road here as well. So you dust on your car.
You can finally
So
drive
really-
into
There we
Melkbos.
go. There you go. Okay, bro. So one thing I wanted to ask you, people that know you will know that you go by the name Chalky quite often. A lot of people call you
Yeah.
Chalky. Wandile, have you heard this name being used for it?
I have never heard this name being used.
Chalky or Chalk?
Chalky.
I've heard it many times. Obviously, Remo, we've been friends for a long time, since we were born, most probably.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've heard this
Yeah.
said a lot by people that are close to you, family especially. Tell me, where did this name come from?
Well, you see, Zach, I go by many variations of the name Chalks. I go Chalks, Chuckles, Chalky, Chocolina, Chakalaka Ding Dong.
Yeah.
It's like, so you know, the versatile name that people have created. It's been around since I was born.
Do you know where it came from? Do you know how it started? Did you eat
What
chalk
happened?
or something?
Well-
Probably Chow Chalk as a child.
Well, you see, like, you know, I like to think of my name as like, you know, sort of a conspiracy. There are many ideas of where it came from, but no one actually
Yeah,
knows
that is
where
powerful.
chalks came. So I thought, you know, I'm quite a pale person. If you've met me before,
Which is quite ironic.
you know, I
'cause you're
struggle to
on the
tan.
beach all the time.
Yeah, he's surfing all the
I
time.
know, but I'm in a
Oh, that's
wetsuit.
true. Cape Town water is cold.
Yeah, from my neck up, I'm not chalky, but the rest of me is definitely chalky.
So there's no definite answer, but the name fits. Versatile, like you. You know, you got a diverse personality. Cover many facets of
Yeah,
life.
so you know, sometimes when people are irritating me, I just kind of make up a name like Chalks. I just kind of make up a meaning for Chalks. So some people, when they come and I don't like them instantly, I say Chalks is actually Latin for extremely powerful. Sort of. Little do they know, it actually just means I'm pale.
Oh, does anyone
Okay.
actually believe that? Do like people go, oh, wow, okay.
Not as of yet. Not as of yet. No one actually believes me because I'm quite a skinny person by nature. So they don't actually believe I'm extremely powerful. They just laugh at me and say I'm pale.
But you know,
And they laugh
the
at my
power comes from the
complexion.
mind. Power really comes from the mind.
Exactly. That's where the chokes in my life comes from. The brain.
So that's it's quite
People-
a story.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting story.
Remo, so the name Chalky,
Yes.
that was given to you by someone. Was it your mom, your
Yes.
dad, your brother?
That's a good question.
You know, honestly, I think it came from the entire hospital when I was born. Everyone sort of like, you know, got me out of the room, and everyone looked at me and was like, "Yo, he's like chalk."
The name stuck ever since.
Yeah, so,
They hold him up like the Lion
and I was like, "No." Yeah, exactly. And everyone was like, "That is the chocks of the land."
Oh, okay.
And then, but you know, I thought it was a Skangaka name, so I was like, "No, let me."
Sorry, what? What are you going to say? What does Skangaka mean?
Ooh, I can't believe you guys don't know this. I mean, I thought it was quite a commonly used word, Skangaka.
Okay, tell us more.
What language
Well,
is that?
you see, I don't know. I think it's a Kham language that is used by all the people of the Kham culture. And it's a very versatile word, actually. It can be put in any sentence.
So,
Can you
put it in a sentence for us?
please just say one thing?
I don't know. Give me a context, and I'll use
Okay,
it.
you're out with the boys, and you see a cool car. What do you say?
Yo, Naiman, that's Kangaka. That's how you would use it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we're learning from each other today. We're learning some new words. You're learning some things.
Yeah, we've learned a lot.
Skangaka name. Okay, so I mean that just about covers where the name Chalky came from. I think.
Hashtag Skangaka.
Yes, hashtag
So,
Skangaka.
Chalks, tell us, you come from a household. You're not a single child. You do have a brother, I believe.
Nah. Yeah, of course. Some people say I'm the better looking version of him, even though he came first.
So he's a bit older than you, right?
He is 3 years older than me. A year younger than you, but I believe.
Okay. Yes.
I believe. He goes by an interesting name that we've learned to embrace and love.
What's his name?
His name is Buck.
Buck.
His name is Buck.
Buck, as in the animal.
As in the Springbok, yes, just like that.
And where did
and believe.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no. I think my parents actually got the name. I think Melkbosstrand Beach is quite a rural town. I think one day they brought him home and they were like, "Wow, he looks like a buck that is sitting over there." So they called him as
his
such.
name is Buck. On his birth certificate says Buck.
It says Buck Llewellyn Van der Berg.
Right. And Llewellyn is also your father's name. So is his middle name your father's name?
Llewellyn is my
Oh,
yes.
wow. I didn't know that.
It's quite a strong name.
Llewellyn Van der Berg, is it?
Yeah, I know. It takes some vocal training to say his name. But once you're able to say it, it's quite easy.
So growing up with the brother in the house, an older brother, what was that like for you? Or what is that like for you?
Well, we all know, everyone that knows me and my brother, is that he's a lot stronger than me in pretty much everything. So, I've grown up in a house where I've been very disciplined, not by my parents, but more by my brother.
Wandile, we've seen this firsthand.
He brings a kind of... Yeah, you guys have seen this firsthand.
He seems to keep you on the top.
I've been driven by this fear factor.
So would you define it as a form of bullying?
No, bullying is different, because in order to be bullied, it has to kind of be like over nothing. Whereas this, I'm kind of looking for it most of the time.
So you start the issue.
So you causing the issues.
Well, of course, as any younger brother would do. I mean, Zach, you're the only child, so you wouldn't really understand.
I would not understand.
But you understand that when my brother needs to be made fun of, I'm there to help him with that, and when I'm there to get beaten up, he's there to help me with that. So it's a real give and take relationship with me and my brother.
That's quite magical, actually. Wow, you should treasure that.
Yeah, I know. Some people say it's poetic. It's buck and chalk, you know.
Chalk and cheese. Okay.
Yeah, chalk and buck.
Chalk and buck. Okay, right. So, as you say, you've got a bit of a mouth on you. I guess, is that fair to say?
Well, I don't know. I'm quite timid, if I say so myself. I'm quite a shy person.
Oh, really?
By
I would have
nature.
never said so from this podcast.
Yeah, I know.
The way you speak, I wouldn't have said so.
I mean, yeah. So all the listeners that are listening, I'm quite a shy person. So I'm not one that's out there to go meet new people. So and once I do meet new people like Zach, I'm still quite shy around them. Wouldn't you say, Zach?
I mean, I understand what you're saying. But sometimes, for myself, it takes a bit of time to warm up to people.
Yeah,
but I
you
feel
can't
like
just be friendly with everyone. Now.
once you know them, you open up. I feel.
Yeah, but you must know. You've known me since I was little chalk. So you can kind of vouch that I'm a very quiet person.
Extremely quiet. This man is extremely shy, and extremely quiet. Doesn't make any noise whatsoever.
If you're the quiet one, how's Buck then? Is he outspoken?
Yeah, Wandile, have you ever met Buck?
Okay.
I have met Buck.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was a joke. I'm not the quiet person. My brother's probably the quiet
you're
one
the
in
loud
the
one,
family.
the outgoing one, and Buck's a little bit of the quiet and more of a deeper thinker type of character.
Yeah, he's more of the guy that's like, we're sitting in McDonald's. He's like the guy, you're sitting in McDonald's and I get like my Big Mac is like, I don't know, my Big Mac don't smell too like. He's the kind of guy. He's the kind of guy that'd be like, you know what, my Big Mac don't smell too like, but I'm gonna eat it anyway. See, I don't think I'm.
What would you do?
No, look, I'd ask for 2 more Big Macs to replace the one that I. And then I ask like about something as compensation.
I mean, yeah, so
but
you don't ask, you don't get.
The way life.
Eh?
Exactly. I asked to be on this podcast, and I got to be on this podcast. That's how the whole life works.
You have to manifest things into the universe, as they say.
Exactly, exactly.
But anyway, okay. So with this, your quirky personality, with having a brother, I'm sure this has led to you getting in trouble a lot. Is that true?
Yes. No, not so much with my parents. As I've said, I get in trouble a lot with my brother. Yes. Basically everything I do get in trouble. But there has been like 1 or 2 occasions when I have gotten in like serious trouble.
Tell us.
From Buck. Now, probably the worst one was actually quite a while ago. I went to a place called Botswana.
Yes, Botswana.
It is.
Isn't that next to?
It's in the African continent.
Or something.
Yeah, no, similar place. It's like, honestly, I can't tell the difference between the 2 countries. Yeah, it's very close by. Very similar cultures. Yeah, so I went to Botswana this one time. And me, I kind of don't think that much about stuff. So we were having a road trip, no incidents. And we went to like a kind of rural place in Botswana where there's like very dirt roads, like Melkbosstrand was like 2 weeks ago. That's how it was in Botswana. Okay. So there's like, elephants like running across the road and kind of stuff like that. So then we stopped at this place. It was cool. It was like a waterfall, but it fell onto these rocks that sort of gradually sloped into the river. And I looked at that and I was like, damn, that looks like a water slide. And, no one else has been thinking this. So, without really like much thought to it, I like kind of whipped my shirt off and I was like riding these rock pools like a water slide. trying to get into the river, and I was having a great
Sounds
time.
like it.
But my parents and my brother brought to my attention that just to the bottom of the water slide was a crocodile-infested river. So they're busy screaming this to me, but I'm having the time of my life, riding around the slopes of Botswana, having a chill of a time. Not knowing that there are crocodiles trying to eat me at the bottom of this good time. So as I'm sliding, my brother, my dad, and basically everyone else on that trip was screaming to me to stop sliding on this river. And as they screamed this, I started sliding, and 2 crocodiles surfaced at the bottom of the slide. So I started to panic. Needless to say, scared. I needed to change my pants after that whole scenario.
Wait, so you obviously did get out of the scenario. You obviously did something to avoid the crocodiles.
Yeah, I have both my legs. So I kind of grabbed onto like a ledge that was leading down to those crocodiles. And look, it wasn't very graceful, but I got out of the slide. And that's when I got the hiding on my life.
From back. Not your parents.
Well, obviously my parents followed suit. My parents followed suit very shortly after. But yeah, that was one of the times that no one spoke to me for like a week after that. Kind of put a dampener on the trip. But it was a good experience for me.
I mean, I think it's good that you came out with your laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, look, I wouldn't take it back because that was very fun. That was probably one of the funnest things I've ever done in my life. Well, not the crocodile part, but I would take that back. But yeah, that was like a Rataga junction in the wild.
That's quite a story. That's quite a story.
I know. That was just like one of the many times in my life that I've realized I should probably think before I do
it's
stuff.
times like those you learn to reflect on your decisions. Everything happens so you can learn from them.
Yes. And I reflected on that decision. I realized it wasn't a great one. But that's
and at least you got something out.
That's why we live. I got something out of it. Hiding
from your brother. Okay.
From my brother.
So
yeah.
I mean, you've definitely learned from that, as you said, and I'm sure you'll apply that wisdom in other areas of your life. But I must say, when I think of the definition of a wise man, I think of you.
Yeah.
Because
wow.
You have a life experience beyond your years, I feel. And some of that life experience is very valuable. A lot of people don't have it, and that's why I thought it would be a good idea to share some of that knowledge that you have found with the audience. Wandile, what are your thoughts on that idea?
I feel like it's a great idea, honestly. You can always stand to learn more in life, and what better way to learn more than to ask Remo Van der Berg.
Exactly. So I think we're going to jump straight in to this little segment I like to call relationship advice with Remo.
Hey!
Wow! Hey!
So tell me, Remo, when you are looking for a girl, right? What do you look for? What is your advice for people to look for in a girl?
Okay, well, for starters, I wouldn't advise looking for a girl in Thailand. Because, as many people know, I've been there. And it's not a great place to start looking.
Okay. Step one, not from Thailand.
Yeah, so Thailand is
a bit of a write-off.
Yeah, so don't go for Thailand because when looking for a girl there, you don't know who's actually the girl that you're looking for. Quite literally, if you know Thailand, you know what I'm speaking about.
Okay.
I had a couple of bad experiences with some ladies that tried to talk to me in Thailand, and then one of my friends called Megan Pampalas kindly told me that they weren't actually ladies.
Shout out.
Shout out, Megan.
Yo, shout out
So
to Megan
it's a good
Pampalas for
thing.
saving
It's a
me
good
from
thing that she saved
from
you from that.
a bad experience. Yeah, but you know, even me, I can learn. So Thailand was not a great place to learn.
Don't look for ladies in Thailand.
So when
that's the first one.
Thailand.
That's was.
So places,
Yes.
we're talking places here. What other places
That's right.
shouldn't you look for ladies?
you shouldn't look for ladies in the gym. I'm not even
Okay.
gonna lie, especially not in Cape Town, because you can't have a girl that's stronger than you. Of course, because you know how you can't be like play fighting with your girlfriend, and then next thing she punches you and breaks like 4 ribs.
That is not ideal.
That is
not ideal. This is a wisdom, actually. Take notes, viewers. Take notes.
So
I'm tapping it down, bro. I'm tapping
But
it
you
down.
know-
So Thailand, strike
yeah,
off,
good stuff. No,
gym.
in a place really not look for girls is a gym in Thailand. That's like
And then
definitely
the gyms
a no-no.
in Thailand are the worst.
Yeah. So we don't look for girls in gyms in Thailand. Which I say those are the two main areas.
That's the
we
areas
don't
we
look for
avoid.
girls.
So South Africa is okay then.
Can look for girls and stuff.
Well, yeah. You know, I advise that Afrikaans girls are the way to go for various reasons. For one, no one messes with an Afrikaans girl when she starts spitting it in Afrikaans, as everyone knows. It's kind of like when Eminem starts going for it in one of his songs. When an angry Afrikaans girl starts tuning you, you're not gonna say anything back. So when you're like in an argument with the waiter and the waiter brought you a Pepsi instead of a Coke, that's when you want like an Afrikaans girl to actually to show you who's
You wanted to
in that restaurant.
sort the issue out for you.
You just sit there, step back,
Was.
and just let her
Exactly.
take over.
But make sure you can understand Afrikaans swear words, because then if she turns it on like the heat on you, then you know what's going on.
So that means Afrikaans girls are right
So
for
Afrikaans
me
girls-
because I don't understand any Afrikaans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're Greek, so you can just give it back in Greek if you can.
Okay, so that's a good point.
Afrikaans girls are the way.
Afrikaans girls.
Yeah, and also surfers, obviously.
Okay,
I
like
mean,
the surfer girls.
There's
You
many
recommend
places where you
surfer
can find
girls are
girls.
good.
No, not me personally. Everyone should try to find a girl that can
What's the
surf.
reason behind that?
Because surfer girls for one are just great personalities.
Okay.
You have one thing in common, and that's surfing. And also having a DMC out at the back line with the sunset,
With your
over the
chaperone.
Melkbosstrand beach, not having to worry about. Well, yeah, of course.
You, your checkered back at the back.
No, I would never take Buck as a chaperone. He's way too scary.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah. Having a DMC with your girl at backline is one of the best things you can do ever. So I highly recommend it. If you want to go surfing, take a surfer girl.
Now,
Get her a girlfriend. Get yourself
Remo,
a girlfriend. Go
what would you
surfing.
recommend for those of us who can't surf?
That's a good question.
Should we still try and find a surfing girl? Should we just?
Then I think you should invest in a dog. Because I heard that dogs... Because I heard dogs are quite good companions.
Okay, noted.
Noted.
So I'm definitely gonna improve my skills.
Yeah.
I need to find to the beach quickly.
Yeah, so it's... Yeah, I mean, hey, rescue dogs are also great. So, either get your surfing act together or just get yourself a dog.
Okay, cool. Okay, what else you got for us? Because it seems like you've got very specific points here, which is great.
No, I mean, of course, I have very specific points. I'm a surfer guy. So, besides surfing, there's not much you look for in girl. But I can recommend
Okay,
soccer
so
playing girls.
I think we can categorize it
Because-
into sporty girls. Is that what you say?
Well, yeah, because you don't want a girl that is that much smarter than you. Once again, it's like a gym scenario.
Okay. So you...
Because you'll never win an argument.
So that's why you want a sporty girl. Because hopefully the
you want a sporty girl.
just dulls down the intelligence a bit.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I also recommend blondes.
Interesting.
Okay, blondes, and they need to be sporty. So sporty blondes are the way.
Okay, but I feel like this is very
Well, not even
personal
sporty.
to you, Remo. What would you suggest for in general? What qualities are we looking for? What are good qualities to look out for?
There's one main quality that you must look for. You can kind of overlook everything else. Just actually no. Let's give her two main qualities. One, she has to be in love with you. Because, if you're trying to force the relationship, it's not going to be great. And number two, you're going to be looking at her quite often. Let's just be real. So, choose someone who will make the time worthwhile that you stare at her.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I have no comment.
That's the best.
Situation. I don't have a comment on that. No,
you don't have a comment on the situation. So you don't agree. So you don't agree with what I said. That's fine.
No, that's
each to his own.
You're not agreeing.
No, I just got no opinion on the matter. That's all.
Is Remo not sharing wisdom with us right now? Is that not? Is that not wise?
No, he is. Okay, so those are some brilliant points. And how have you found that successful so far in your life?
Well, no. Well, yes
and no. Because I know that you're quite the Casanova, especially with the older ladies.
I was about to say that's the no in the scenario, because yes, I have been successful, but not with anyone kind of within a 10 age year gap with me.
Okay, so 10 years. Okay,
10 years. How old are you? How old are you exactly?
Right now, I'm 16 years old. Shout out to all the 16-year-old girls that wanna hit me up. I'm currently 16 years old. So I haven't gone for anyone that's roughly 26 and below. So
that's
everyone
good.
that I've gone,
good though,
people like Blake Lively and like sort of people like that. Taylor Swift have all turned me down multiple times, and in fact have actually blocked me on several forms of social media. That's Taylor Swift doesn't know me, but she's actually filed a restraining order against me. She said if I ever contact her again, there's gonna be there's not gonna be a good ending to it. So that's why I don't recommend going for people that one are famous and two more than 10 years older than you.
That's solid advice.
That's some wisdom that advice. I can really share with you guys.
Finally, I want to know, what are some tricks, your go-tos, your moves? Obviously, we don't want to let
my
too much
go-tos
out of the bag here, but something that you're willing to share with the audience about your go-tos.
How do you get the ladies?
How does one go about doing that?
Well, so I like to look up to people, because I like to look at people before me that have really been successful. So I like to take advice from people like, I don't know, who founded America again? It was like Charles Darwin or someone.
Charles Darwin, yeah.
Charles Darwin, yeah.
Yeah, so did he actually found America? That was just like,
I think it was Christopher someone.
The Columbus.
Christopher Columbus.
Nah, Yeah, that sort of guy, like Christopher Columbus, and Michael Jordan and Michael Jordan, they've been all a great inspiration to me because I try to follow them as much as possible by being the first to do lots of things, like Charles Darwin. I mean, whatever, Christopher. Sorry, Christopher. My boy Chris was like the first to like American. That's me. This is gonna be my land from now on. I don't care who's on it.
Now, type of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so your tips are to follow others. That's what you're saying. Successful people.
Follow others in being the first to do others, and in being the first to do things. Like Michael Jordan was the first guy to jump high. So you kind of want to follow others in being unique and whatever you want to do. Be
unique. That's a good one.
So that's
be yourself. Unless you're not a good person, then don't be yourself.
And if you want, well, yeah, then that's when we follow people like Charles Darwin. I mean, yes, that's when we follow people like Christopher Columbus. So when you
be a nice
person. Okay, so
be
unique
when
you're
unless you're
a female. Just be unique. Be yourself. Is what you're saying.
Be yourself.
Okay. So
keep Christopher in mind.
Let me put you in a scenario.
That's what
you are at.
Okay. I'm not old enough to go into clubs.
Goes to clubs.
Just remember.
So what you do is you at a bar. Right? You at a bar.
Once again, not old enough, but this is hypothetical.
You had a sports game.
You at the spa. You at the spa. Okay.
Multiple spa.
You see, you're at the spa, and some of those spas have the little coffee bar, right? So.
Yes. What kind of fancy spas do you guys have?
Okay, well, just imagine you had a coffee bar. Let's make it a Seattle coffee, okay? Cape Townians love Seattle. It's a fact. But we're talking about the ones more from the other side of Cape Town.
I haven't been to Seattle yet. I mean, the place, but I'm sure it makes good coffee.
Okay, so you had Seattle coffee shop or whatever it's called, right? You see a lady who you approve in terms of looks, because apparently that's quite important to you.
You are able to look at her.
What?
Yes, of course.
What do you do? What does one do?
Well, so apparently we're at a coffee bar. So we're gonna hit up with maybe a pickup line.
Mm-hmm.
So approach always sideways when approaching a woman, and let you know you're the pack leader and that she can't beat you up if you guys had to get into a physical fight. That's what I found when walking sideways up to a woman. And then I'd hit her with something like, hey, hello, are you a parking ticket? Because you've got 5 written all over you. With that accent, don't forget the accent. Hello. So, and 9 out of 10 times that works. That just gets them instant.
Written all over you. Okay, I just needed to take that down.
Wandile's taking notes.
I'm taking notes here, bro.
Okay, cool. And did you put Dutchman accent with it as well? Because that's very detrimental to the picture.
I think it is detrimental. Okay, so that's a good tip. Pick up lines, apparently. I mean, what?
Yeah, and then once you have them, then you're going to offer them a ride in whatever transportation you have. For me, I've got quite a long skateboard that I can fit at least one girl on. But if you have a car that works as well, I mean, a car is preferable in this scenario. But usually, then I'll say, hello, do you want to get on my Sector 9 longboard? and then I'll grab her a coffee, and then we'll skate. We'll skate to the beach, and that's where I find out if she can surf or not.
Brilliant.
So
brilliant.
And I love the fact that we have tarred roads now, because before the gravel was really not smooth when taking your longboard to the coffee shop. So I would recommend when you do this. Yeah. That's the
That's quite
that I
solid
find works
advice. That's
most.
quite solid advice. I'm sure a lot of listeners can take that advice to heart.
I definitely took notes. I hope the listeners are too.
If anyone out here makes use of those tips, please remember to let us know. And
Let us
tell
know
how it went, and tell us if you have your teeth still. So those are some great tips, bro. Those are some really great tips. And
thank you. You know, I find it's gonna be useful.
I think
really, I feel you guys should try it.
Wait, so
at your own risk, obviously.
Recap. Don't go to Thailand. Don't go to the gym.
No,
Afrikaans girls are the way.
Nope.
Surfing girls are the way. Otherwise, if you can't surf, get a dog, is what you say. Okay.
Yes, a rescue dog too.
That's an important
rescue dog. You know what? You have to save those dogs.
A rescue dog.
And then she like the things you have to look for is that she has to be in love with you. First of all, you don't want to be pushing things, and then you need to be able to look at her. I'm going to put it in that way, as to not cause any issues, but
yeah.
you need to be able to look at her. And then,
of course,
in order to approach a female at a coffee shop, you need to be unique. And look at people at
Christopher Columbus.
Exactly. And then the key pickup line that you need to use, people, is hello. You look like a parking ticket because you've got fun written all over you. Is that correct?
Yeah, that sums it up.
I'm making my way to Starbucks.
From someone else.
Making my way to Starbucks. And
Seattle only.
Oh, Seattle only. Only works at Seattle. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
glad you made notes.
And I'm glad that Remo was our guest today.
Remo, thank you for the tips. Thank you for the tips, bro.
Oh, Zach.
Thank you for being on the podcast. Episode 4.
Thank you for being the pleasure guest
of the QuaranTEA.
Episode 4 was lit.
Wow. This was such an honor, guys. I would like to thank you for being on this podcast.
It was a pleasure joining you. Yes.
It was an honor to have you guys. It was really honor, and I hope you guys have a good time this week.
So
and don't forget the tips.
You heard it here first from Remo Van der Berg.
Thank you.
So, Wandile, how was that having Remo on the show?
The most entertaining thing I've ever heard.
I mean, the man's got knowledge. The man is spitting facts.
Straight facts, bro. Left, right, and center.
Straight facts. So, we're not going to Thailand anytime soon.
I've crossed that out. So I was looking forward to getting back into the gym, but clearly that's not a place to be.
Well, you go to the gym for yourself as well sometimes. You don't have to go for other people.
Self-improvements, yes, there you go.
Exactly. So, bro, for all the listeners, thanks for staying till the end. You know where to hit us up. You can hit us up on our Instagram page at the QuaranTEA SA. That has gone live. And follow there to be the first to see updates on the show, as well as you can catch us on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, rather, YouTube, Spotify. Google Podcasts, and a whole bunch more that no one uses.
We are on all platforms.
Hit us up with a review, follow the page, and we'll see you guys next week.